Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me today. Welcome to my craft room. My name is Wendy Porter and I am the Laptray Crafter. And I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in North Devon. So a very warm welcome to you. If you haven't joined before, do say hello when you join. And those of you that normally join, of course, you're very welcome. Do say hello. And I'm going to get on. Now today, I am going to be playing with Butterfly Brilliance. So let me just get the stamp set out and show it to you. Right, so this is the stamp set. And as you can see, there are no sentiments, there are just images. And the stamp set is huge. Let me just show you. It goes on to one of our biggest, well, the biggest block that we have. And fits on there quite comfortably, thank goodness. If you don't have a big block like this, you could use your Stamparatus. It fits on there beautifully as well. And that's what I'm going to play with today. And as part of the bundle, you also can get some dies. Now there are several what I call separate butterflies that die cut the images, and they're lovely images. And then you get this great big one, and this one will stamp out the whole of this. So you stamp out one sheet of them if you like, and then you use the die and you will get lots of individual butterflies. Or you can just use this to stamp out some background shapes. So what I've already done, let me just get rid of my sign, we don't need that anymore. What I've already done is I have done some die cutting and I've done some stamping already. Okay, so I've got them ready in a bag because I thought this was a class that I would need to do a little bit of prep for. So that's what I've done. So I'm going to start with a bit of stamping. Now I've got here, and I've chosen a colour for today's cards, and I'm going to use So Saffron. Not a colour I use very often, but it's a lovely soft yellow. So that's what I'm going to use. I've got a card base. Those of you that know, I like to make square cards. This is 5 7/8 by 5 7/8. They're really easy to make. You just take a piece of A4, cut it down to 5 7/8 on the short side, and then on the long side score it at 5 7/8, and that will give you a 5 7/8 square card. And I've got some pieces of, this is So Saffron, look, isn't it pretty? And then I've got a piece of basic white that I've embossed with the subtle embossing folder, and I'm going to carry on using that until it absolutely retires, because it won't be in the next catalogue. And then I've got a smaller piece of So Saffron and basic white, and this is what I'm going to stamp on. So because this is such a big stamp, it's easier to put the ink to the stamp because it's quite big to hold on to. And you will notice that the piece of basic white that I'm stamping onto is bigger than my stamp. Hence the reason I've got grid paper here. That will stop me getting ink all over my desk. And I've cut this so it's a square. I'm going to just stamp this, and I find it easier to turn it sideways. So what I want to do is I want to get as much of those images onto my piece of card. So there we go. Now because this is a big stamp, you need to leave it for perhaps longer than you would normally, and just keep pressing, particularly in the middle. Okay, now I've got a nice firm table, but you obviously need a nice straight. There we go, lovely. So let me just give that a clean, and I'm going to just give my stamp a clean with my chamois, and again I'll leave it in place and just clean it that way. Okay, so now this, as you can see, there are some spaces here. So what I've done is I've made a couple of masks. Now this is one of the masks that I made, and I made this using the big die. I just took a piece of basic white and I just cut out the shapes, because I thought that way if I wanted to do a background I'd have a mask that I could use. But also in the set there are these two cute little dies. This one and this one here that's got little holes in it. Can you see? This one is like little bricks, and these will cut out these bricks, and this one it will just cut out the little holes. Well, I didn't really want the holes or the bricks, but I thought maybe I could make us a mask. So I've taken both of them and I've just die cut them into a piece of card, so I've got a mask. Now I thought what I'd do is I'd use a blending brush, and I would just add a few little dots. So all you do with a blending brush is just rub your blending brush gently over your ink pad, and then I'm just going to just go along here. There we go, and see, it just adds a little bit of background in those spaces. Just takes off the whiteness of the card. There we go. Just add another little bit down there, I think. Like so. There we go. So that's my card front done. Oh, I won't shut the ink up because I shall be using it again. Now I'm going to bring in my piece of So Saffron, and I've just cut this. This piece measures 4.5 by 4.5, and this piece measures 4 5/8 by 4 5/8. So let me bring in my glue, and I'm just going to glue this onto here. And I probably won't stay on as long as I normally do, girls, because it is the funeral today, and also the snooker's on, so I thought I'd probably just make a couple of cards today, and then I will do a video to go along with this live of the cards, the other cards that I've made. We'll see how it goes at any rate. So this is a piece of basic white that I've put through the subtle embossing folder, my favourite embossing folder of all times. I use this a lot. This measures 5 5/8 by 5 5/8, And literally all I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in the middle there, like so. I expect lots of the ladies who normally watch maybe watching the funeral preparations today, but that's fine. There we go. Oh, sits there, and then that's just going to pop on the front of my card like so. Nice, quick, easy card to make, but that I think looks quite spectacular. And what I've done is I've used the double oval punch, and I've punched a shape in basic white and the curly shape, the scalloped shape, in So Saffron. And then this is going to sit on my card. And I'm going to make thank you cards today. So somewhere, oh, here we go. There we go. I've got a little stamp, and the stamps I'm using today for my sentiments are from Art Gallery, and they're very simple sentiments. And I thought that went along with the line drawings of the butterfly really well. There we go. And then I'll just pop that on there with a little bit of glue. Like so. And then I'm going to pop that up with some dimensionals. Okay. And I'm just going to pop that there over that edge like so. So there we go, there's our first card. Let's get on and do another one. And again, So Saffron is my chosen colour. And what I'm going to do, now what I've done is I've got a piece of, this is So Saffron, and I put it through another 3D embossing folder that's got little flowers on it, and for the life of me I can't remember what it's called. But when I do my blog post, oh hello Sarah, thank you for joining me today. How are you? So I can't remember what the name of that is, but when I do my blog post, I will list everything that I've made, and I will tell you the name of that embossing folder. So I've got a piece of So Saffron here that I've cut to 5 7/8 by 2 5/8, and that's going to go along the bottom of my card. And then what I've done is I've also put this piece of basic white through the embossing folder, but I've just done it in a strip along here. Can you see? Because I didn't want it to go all the way along, but I wanted a little bit of texture. I like plain cards. Sarah, you probably not noticed many of my cards, but I'm a very plain and simple person. My cards are very simple to make. Now what I have got is I have got a piece of subtle designer series paper, and the idea is that that's going to go over there. So let's glue this down first. Okay. Here we go. It goes on there like so. And then I'm going to glue that onto there. That will sit on there nicely. And this will sit on here. There we go. Are you crafting, Sarah, or are you just sitting and watching? And then the idea is that that's going to go across there, and I might need to trim it just a little bit so I don't see the join. So let's, oh, shall I use that plain side? I think I might use the plain side rather than the dots. I can change my mind, can't I? Pop that across there like so. Now, I showed you the die that comes with this set. So there's the die, and then you get these beautiful dies that cut out butterflies, and you can see they're sort of like window, I don't know what you call them, but they've got lots of cut out pieces. So I have die cut this huge one, look, and you can see what I mean. It's got lots of cut out pieces in it. All right, beautiful size. You should have seen this my desk once I'd finished, because I cut out loads, and then I also cut out a whole sheet in basic white. So the plan is that this is going to go on here, and that's going to go on there like so. All right, but I think I need a bit of ribbon. So what I'm going to do is, oh, let me just cut that edge off. That will annoy me otherwise. So let's bring in my scissors. And as always, it's much easier to cut from the reverse of your card, like so. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of ribbon across here. So I'm going to bring in some tearing tape. Oh, wait, I need me silicone mat. Now, where's my silicone mat gone? So I'm going to put some, oh, let's just cut it to size first. So I need about that amount, like so. Normally, Sarah, there'd be a lot more ladies here. Normally my team come and join me, but I suspect that some of them may be they've either taken the benefit of the nice weather and gone out, or some of them probably perhaps be watching the funeral preparations, I don't know. So there we go. But I thought I'd carry on any rate, even though I thought I might be talking to myself. But I'm glad you're there, Sarah, because I'm not. So that's going to go on there like so. So let's just give that a good rub. And now you've got, the most difficult bit is always peeling off the back of the tearing tape. Do you find that? Oh, I can't get the tearing tape off. Where's my little pokey tool? Let's get the pokey tool out. Oh dear. Let's see if I can get down between there. Come on. So I stick that through the end, and then let's see if that works. Yeah, got there eventually. Right, so this is going to go across here, and this is the Bumblebee gingham ribbon, which I'm very pleased to see is carrying forward to the next catalogue, because it's a lovely subtle colour. And although I'm doing this in So Saffron, it goes beautifully. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my butterfly, and I'm just going to pop some glue on the back here. There we go. And here we go. Stick that onto that. And I've only put glue on the body because I want the wings to sort of pop up like that. And then what I'll do is I will use some dimensionals. Let's snip the dimensionals up. Don't waste anything. There we go. I think that'll be fine. I need my little bin. Let me bring in my bin. Here we go. I'm just going to pop that there, like you saw. And then I'll bring in some little pearls, I think. And what have I done with me? Oh, there we go. I'll just add a couple of little pearls to his body. I'm saying it's a him, could be a lady butterfly. There we go. 3 little pearls. And I need to stamp a sentiment. Or perhaps. And again, I'm using the punched oval because that fits the sentiment beautifully. So there we go. So I could put that there, but I don't think I'm going to. I think we're just going to pop it. Oh, where shall I pop it? If I do it there, I think, and then I'm going to perhaps put a bow there. Where's my ribbon? Let's see. Let's see what a bow would look like in this. Oh, I'll do a bunny ears bow. Oh dear. I only want a tiny little bow. trim that off. There we go. And I'm going to put that there. Yes, so my sentiment is going to go in the bottom corner there, I think. Now, those of you that normally follow me, just letting you know that on Wednesday I will be doing mystery stamping. If you remember, I missed out last week, or the week before last, because Charles was having his operation. But all is now okay. I can do mystery stamping this Wednesday. So I will be putting up the supplies on my Facebook page and sending an email out to those of you that are on my email list tomorrow. I've got the card already and I've got the instructions already. The clues are all done. And so if you'd like to come along, you'd be very, very welcome. If you're new to following me and you've not been to mystery stamping before and you'd like to know a little bit more about it, let me know. If you send me your email, I can send you a little description of what mystery stamping is. It's really lovely because you use all your own supplies. All right, you don't have to buy anything. Just using all your own supplies. There we go. There's another card. Good. I'm pleased with that. I especially like this bit where it's embossed on one side and plain at the other. Very nice. Good. So let's do another card, shall we? What's the time? Yeah, got time. Now, so this card, what I've done again now is I die cut all of the intricate, that's the word I was looking for, the intricate design butterflies out of a piece of So Saffron. All right, and then I pop that through the subtle embossing folder. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue that to my card front, and then I'm going to add in the space some of the white intricate shapes. So let's do this. Now I'm going to need to be very careful where I put the glue. So bring in my silicone mat, and I need to make sure I've got the butterflies the right way around. Yes, I have. So I need to put glue on that side. Oh, my glue is sealed up. Typical. There we go. Get rid of that. Put some glue down here. And these funny little bits here. Just pop some glue. And what I like to do is, if I think it's going to splodge everywhere, what I do is I turn it over and I pop it onto my silicone mat. Right, because then if it splodges over, it goes onto my silicone mat and not onto my card. And can you see it has splodged? So that's fine. So the glue won't stick to my silicone mat, and I can lift that off of there. And fine, I've got glue on there, but I can wipe that off. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this onto my card front. to make sure it's as straight. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, just rub my hands to get rid of my glue. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach some glue. I'm going to pop these with some glue on the where the body is, alright? Because again, I want these to kind of fly out of this shape. And that's quite easy to just put some glue down the back of each one. Just literally feed it into the shape and then press down where the body is. And then that fits in there quite nicely. Of course, it does help if you don't have glue on your fingers. Here we go, another one. And the nice thing about these dies is they're various sizes, but they're also various designs. As you can see, there are some that have got rounded wings, and there are some that have got these scallopy wings, and then there's this huge, great big one, which is gorgeous. I love that. So now I shall put that on there, like so. And that's going to go on there. Let that dry, put the lid back on my glue, and I'm just going to add, I'm not going to add a sentiment even to the front of this. I'm just going to leave it as it is, and then it could be used for any occasion whatsoever. But I will pop some pearls, I think. I'm going to pop one there because I can see there's a little, I've obviously touched it with gluey fingers. So just dot some pearls about. Odd numbers as always. So there we go, there's another card. Very simple, but I think quite elegant. And of course you can just lift up these little wings and they fly out of the page, which I think is gorgeous. There we go, so there's another card. Right, let's just see if we can do one more, shall we? Right, one more card. Now here we go. So what I've done this time is I've got a piece of So Saffron as my back, my mat, a piece of Whisper White. That's going to go on there. So let me glue them together. So I'm wondering whether I need a new pot of glue. Doesn't feel very heavy, so possibly I'm running out. But I'm hoping I've got enough to see me through this card. I'm popping that on there, like so. Now for those of you that might be watching on my, oh, I've got a bit of glue there, on either YouTube or on my blog, perhaps later, I have done a card kit. Now those of you that are demonstrators know that when this bundle and suite came out, there was some gorgeous paper that came with it, but it didn't last very long, and I never got round to using it whilst it was available to customers. So I have decided to use the papers to make a stamp and sip in the post. and I'll just do this card and then I shall show it to you. So if you've never bought one of my card classes before, you will get all the pieces, the supplies you need to make 4 cards. Everything will be die cut, all your card bases, your envelopes, everything. All you need to supply is some glue and of course a sentiment to stamp onto. All right, I will give you the white card. I'll probably give you a whole piece or half a sheet of A4, and then you can use that to stamp your sentiment whichever size you like. All right, and then you can make up your 4 cards. I will give you some instructions, an instruction sheet, and I will show you the pictures of the finished article, and it will all arrive to you at home, and the cost is £12.50, and that includes postage and packing. Right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these on here, and these again are from the Subtles 6x6 Designer Series paper pack. So if I put one up there, let's glue these down. I get one done there. And then another one. One more. So as you see, I've got 4 of these squares. I think they were 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Yeah, have a look in a second. Okay. There we go. Now what I did was I stamped and embossed with silver embossing powder some of these lovely images, and I thought what I'll do is I will just use my So Saffron ink, and I'm just going to just add a little bit of colour. I don't want too much. That's why I thought I would just use my brush just down the middle basically. I didn't want too much. I just want it just a little down the middle, like so. There we go. And then these are going to go onto these shapes here. So I've got 2 there, so we've got 2 of the same design, and then I just need to just check, because what I want to do is I want to put one of those in the middle with my thank you on it. So I just need to make sure I do them the right way so that it doesn't interfere with that. So let me stamp put the lid on my glue. There's me thank you. There we go. Pop those on there. And that goes on there. Let's pop this in the middle first. And then this can go on flat. Like so. Down the middle. And then I'll just pop my butterflies up with dimensionals. I do like it when I get to the end of a pack of dimensionals and I've used all the bits around the edge. Dead cool. I'm just going to pop one. Let's pop that one on there. And there we go. Another very simple card. Although the die cutting and everything took a little while beforehand, a lot of it I did while I was watching the TV, so it was no hardship at all. But it did make a bit of a mess getting all the bits out of those intricate shapes of the designs. So, and that's going there like so. And perhaps I'll put those that way so it makes it look a bit like a wreath. Fitting for today, don't you think? Now that's going to go there like so. And that's going to go there like so. Pop some pearls on, and then we've got another card done. So we've made 4 very, very simple, but I think quite elegant cards. And I think, where am I going to put my... what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my pearls just here, like so. There we go. So those are all my cards that I've made today, girls. Let me show them to you again. And then I'll show you the card kit, the Stamp and Sip in the Post. And if you'd like a set, you can just message me and I will add you to the list. So the cards we've made today are these, which I think are very, very pretty, very spring-like, I think. Can you see those? Yeah, I think you can. Yeah. So those are the cards I've made today. I will, as I say, do a blog post and I'll list all the products that I've used. And of course, if you need anything, my 24-hour shop is always open. You will be able to watch this video on YouTube as well, because I will upload it to YouTube. So let me just show you the Stamp and Sip in the Post that I've designed. And as I say, this uses the butterfly bijou paper. So there are 4 cards, right? And I have used with the papers some of our gorgeous in colours. So can you recognise them? So here we've got Bumblebee. Here we've got Just Jade. I love Just Jade. Then we've got Magenta Madness. And then we've got Bumblebee again. And you will get all of the die cut pieces. You will get the designer series paper cut to size. You will probably get the butterflies cut out but not fussy cut, so you can attach them to your card. All right, so 4 cards for £12.50. all right, so I'm going to go, girls. So thank you very, very much for watching, and if you're watching on replay, Do leave comments because I will go back and look at them afterwards. So have a lovely weekend, and I hope to see you on Wednesday for mystery stamping.